if they find out you're a treasurer or have an accounting background, you are going to be asked to be a treasurer of so many organizations just because of the skills that you have. 2 weeks ago, I was asked to be the treasurer of my son's Little League association. And it took everything for me not to accept it, because it's just in my nature to say yes. But I already coach him in baseball and have a lot of other things going on. So I had to turn it down. But as an accountant and CPA, be prepared to be asked to join a board, whether it's your condo board or one of your clients' boards. My only advice to you is this. If you agree and say yes, you take it seriously. Being on a board has responsibilities. It's very rewarding, but you cannot be that yes person. You are all individuals, and you have to apply that when you're asked to decide on something on a board. Any questions about my practice, or if you're considering?
Do you prefer the accounting side or the legal side?
Great question. And there's another good question I'm sure is going to come out. Do I prefer the accounting side or the legal side? I prefer, from a business standpoint, the accounting side. The accounting profession, from a business standpoint, is a lot easier. Here's why. If I'm in an accounting profession and I have 15 audits that I have to do this year, and I have 200 tax returns that I have to do this year, next year, how many audits should I have? 15, right? How many tax returns should I have? 200, right? With the accounting profession, you can expect that recurring client provided you give you good service. Here's my life. I hate the month of December. December is my worst month. By December, I know how well my year has been. The problem is, in January, I can't tell you where my next client's coming from. When I do my services for that client, and whether it's an estate plan, a business formation, an acquisition of a business, whatever the case may be, when I'm done, that's it. Now, I do have some annual services, especially registered agent services for corporations, but for the most part, January 1, I start the new year over, not knowing where my clients are coming from. So from the business standpoint, accounting professions, definitely my preference. From the practice standpoint, law, and here's why. In the accounting profession, it's rare that you get to be on the forefront of a transaction. In my practice in DC, I did a lot of not-for-profits. Audits are great. The problem is you're auditing something that happened in the past. And yes, you're making recommendations for the new year, but you're really not involved with that year's success with audit. Same thing with tax returns. 9 times out of 10, your clients don't come to you in November or December and say, hey, let's do some tax return. They usually say that after you give them your tax return and say, is there something I could have done differently not to pay all these taxes? Well, it's a little late. From the law standpoint, I am, in my practice, which is different from litigators, but for my practice, I'm at the forefront. I have a client coming to me before they've entered into a transaction. They're thinking about a business deal that they want to do. I had a guy come in a month and a half ago, has a great restaurant business concept. He wants two different restaurants running out of the same business. Morning restaurant would be different than their evening restaurant. You'd have different people running them. And he was trying to figure out how the best way to structure this is. Do I have 2 corporations? Do I have 1 corporation? That is very powerful. When you get to help a client make those kinds of decisions. So from the practice standpoint, I enjoy the legal side. Now, it's not to say as a CPA that you won't be doing that. As you get to know your clients and they get to know your worth, they will come to you before they make decisions. From the hours standpoint and the livelihood standpoint, is no different. It's no easier being a lawyer than an accountant during taxes. I go in on Saturdays and Sundays. I'm in my office traditionally between 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning, and I leave about 6 o'clock at night. So from an hour standpoint, there's no difference. Quality of life standpoint, quality of life is going to depend on, largely I think, depend on the firm that you end up with. You're blessed to have great firms in this area. Great, large firms, good regional size firms. Any other questions?
Just with the fact that you're so busy, you're working from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm interested in coaching too on the side, and that should be coaching soccer. I don't do that. But how do you like get stuff like that in? You just do it.
I coach soccer in the fall. I coach basketball in the winter. I coach baseball in the spring. Summer's my slow month because usually baseball ends and that's when I teach summer class here. You know what's important. And, I traditionally, when I go in on the weekends, I go in around 5 o'clock in the morning and I leave my office by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock the latest. By then, my family is just getting up, they're getting going. So I haven't taken away from them. It's all about balance. And I'm a firm believer in people are as busy as they want to be. I know people that have one job and they think that, oh my gosh, there's nothing more I can do. It probably isn't, but for some people, they just take on a lot. I do talk about it. I told you, I'm a northern. I go.
So is the bar easier?
That's the one question I figured would be. Is the bar easy to see? Heck no. They're both very challenging. Is it easier? Absolutely. I think, and I'm old school CPA exam, back in the 90s, where you had 4 parts to take, and you had to score a certain score, and I can't remember what those scores are anymore. But it took me probably 3 or 4 times to pass the CPA exam. The bar exam, I took 2 states the same summer of '97. That's how I met her. It really thinks about trying to think back about what I have accomplished. Now I've realized that I've been doing something for more than half my lifetime, which is just scary. Because I don't feel old, but when you think of it from that perspective, you realize I've come a long way. Anyways, what I was saying